Manchester United has just considered Casemiro as one of their great signings of the season. Under Erik ten Hag, Casemiro has gradually grown into an important player. He's established himself as the Red Devils' starting number 6. He's so confident in his defensive plays, and the Red Devils' legacy has been an important factor for him. But why is he so special? And why is he always Erik ten Hag's first choice in the defence? In this video, we take a deeper look into how Casemiro changed Manchester United's weak defensive system to a well-stacked defence under Erik ten Hag. Keep watching till the end of this video because every bit of information you will see will blow your mind. When Casemiro was in Real Madrid, his records have always been great. After winning his 5th Champions League trophy last season, the Brazilian defensive beast was eager for a fresh challenge. And he selected Manchester United. Erik ten Hag has been desperate to rectify some defensive issues since he arrived at Old Trafford, so he decided to bring in the defensive midfielder as a surprise acquisition, because he knew Casemiro would be a great fit to fill the obvious gap in Manchester United's team. Manchester United has made no secret of the fact that Frenkie de Jong was their primary priority, but since the deal was appearing not possible for them, they switched their attention to Casemiro. He may be 31 years old, but he's still a seasoned professional and one of the top players worldwide at his position. Manchester United couldn't pass up the opportunity. Casemiro has been the strongest and most competitive player of one of the most distinguished and recognised midfield units in history, winning 18 titles alongside Toni Kroos and Luka Modric in 9 years in Madrid. He is largely considered one of the top defensive midfielders in the world and of his time. The 5-time Champions League winner has since established his worth in Erik ten Hag's midfield. He also scored his first goal for Manchester United, a spectacular header equaliser in stoppage time against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. We know that there will be questions about why Real Madrid let such a great player leave. Well, the ultimate fact is that Manchester United is not concerned about those reasons, and they believe Casemiro is in the club for a reason and purpose. And that purpose is 20% done, hoping and believing that their defensive system would be on fire. As soon as Casemiro got into Manchester United, he went straight into United's lineup because he knows he outperforms everyone else in that position. But the question is he fit with the Dutchman's style of play? The Brazilian player is a straightforward footballer who wants to win the ball back from the opponent and pass it to someone with greater technical ability, which is why he was so efficient in the midfield with Modric and Kroos, two of the game's greatest ball distributors at Real Madrid. We all know he's Brazilian, which makes him incredibly good on the ball. Casemiro is aggressive, forceful, hard-working and tireless on the ball. He defends the back four while also creating space for his fullbacks and defensive midfielders. When compared to similar players in the 5 major leagues, his 90-minute career average stats are insane. Casemiro moved into United's starting lineup and almost instantly provided the type of midfield protection they lacked for years. He was more successful on his own than the notorious McTominay and Fred team. Casemiro's efforts with Manchester United thus far have been remarkable. He has a superb understanding of the game. He makes the tough effort, enabling Eriksen to focus on his vision and outstanding passing range. Casemiro's contributions will not be limited to disgusting labour. He can effortlessly thread through a defence-splitting assist and understands where the net is. Nonetheless, his pass success rate is an impressive 87%. Casemiro's endurance is likewise noteworthy. He never stops moving and his game-to-game recovery has been outstanding for someone his age. We all know that good teams need good coaches, whereas struggling teams have bad coaches. Erik ten Hag is one person who is fully aware of this. When Erik ten Hag was hired by Manchester United, he knew he had a lot of work to do. When Manchester United added a player that did not match any of his teammates' styles, everything was not going right in the team. The teammates were not suited to playing with him. A full squad attempting to cover for everything the striker wasn't doing gave extra responsibility to already overburdened teammates, exacerbating the situation. Erik ten Hag saw this and brought in his style of play by trying to implement it in his first 2 matches. Perhaps he realised that gathering Fred, Scott McTominay, or Christian Eriksen to receive the ball wasn't going to work. He tried to examine what Casemiro has to bring to the table, but more significantly, he examined himself. He asked his teammates, "What are you guys already excellent at?" Marcus Rashford is most dangerous when he's racing at or behind opponents, while Bruno Fernandes can spray passes everywhere. He observed how this squad flourished on counter-attacks in the early days of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first season, and he leaned into it. Boom! He implemented his style, and what he usually does is his kind of man-to-man marking of his opposing midfielders while they're not in control. This has the effect of converting United's standard 4-2-3-1 formation into a 4-1-4-1. When we compare the 2019-20 and 2020-21 figures to the current season, we can notice a distinct shift in how each club decides to defend. They were higher up the pitch and dense in the centre to prevent you from passing through them. They guarded their box and wouldn't allow you to get close to it. You won't be able to score if you don't get close to your goal. It was an efficient use of their talent, but it could also be tedious and did not always place the attackers in advantageous situations. Ten Hag's version of United is far more active defensively. They sit deeper, allow you to get closer to the goal, make more tackles, and block more shots. They push their forwards higher, but the defenders don't follow suit. The defence not playing a high line can often turn their 4-1-4-1 into a bit of a front five and back five dynamic with hardly anything linking the two. The present form of Ten Hag's Manchester United should be labelled "Do not try this at home." That's to say, if you lack the abilities of Casemiro, Varane and Martinez, this will most likely not work for you. And when Casemiro is unavailable, Manchester United finds themselves in danger. It may be argued that using these tactics leads to excessive dependence on a single player's skill, which it does, but that is something that will have to wait until the summer. For the time being, good coaches exploit their team's skill to place players in situations where they can perform at their best. Last season, Manchester United had the entire squad performing more things they weren't strong at to compensate for the shortcomings of one player, decreasing the team's overall quality. This season, they're having one guy focus on his strengths more so that the rest of the squad can focus on theirs. This summer, it was widely assumed that Manchester United needed to fully restructure their roster. But Erik ten Hag disagreed. He saw a squad with the capacity to attack, the ability to defend, and the mindset to constantly battle and come from behind. He solved the problem by reintroducing a playing style that had previously shown to be effective for the group, as he witnessed their confidence return immediately. After that, he could begin creating enhancements and incorporating bits and pieces of his favourite to take them to the next level. Casemiro is usually the starting point of those transitions when United hit sides with the counter-attack. He's also the one who can cover his fullbacks when they launch into an attack. He can provide defensive cover if a central defender has to move out to press an opposition winger. The Brazilian player has the quality to hit incisive balls forward for the speedy players in attack. Or he will get the ball quickly to Fernandes or Eriksen, so they can play those beautiful through balls between the lines. What do you think about Casemiro's future in Manchester United with Erik ten Hag as the head coach? Let us know in the comments section. See you in the next video.